Sup guys, gonna quickly go over the new Tempesta data mine. I'll link in the description if you haven't seen it already. Gameplay wise, they're very similar to the last batch from last year. Overall, they're quite tanky against regular damage types but get melted by aviation, and their damage, while not great, is serviceable. The main reason I would use them is for the Cannonball Auxiliary, which gives the fleet 1 extra ammo, which can be useful for stages that require you to do one fight out of ammo. Ganj-e Sawai, hopefully that's how you pronounce her name, looks very similar to Sal Martino. Her barrage deals base 12,000 damage on paper, but it's probably spread evenly throughout the battlefield, so the actual damage that will hit the enemies is likely much lower. On a per salvo basis, she is stronger than Sal Martino thanks to her stronger barrage, but she doesn't have a preload like Sal Martino. Her Guardian buff is not going to be super impactful due to the RNG nature of it. I don't think she'll be quite as strong as the best gold battleships in the game. Next up is Fancy, who is pretty much just the stat stick. She's an upgrade over Golden Hind, both in damage and survivability, but unfortunately she still has 0 anti-air, so she can die pretty easily in Chapter 15 without some kind of external support. The last SSR is Amity, who goes into the submarine fleet. She's got a pretty good debuff that can significantly increase the damage of your surface fleet, but I don't think she's going to be tanky enough to last in any sort of remotely difficult content, judging by how long Royal Fortune tends to last in the same environments. Comparing her offensive kit to Royal Fortune, she has lower stats, lower firepower bonus, and also doesn't have the 30% bonus damage Royal Fortune has for the first 30 seconds. Additionally, according to the data mine, her all-out assault isn't reduced to 28 shots at max limit break, or maybe it's just a typo. But in total, she's probably quite a bit weaker than Royal Fortune. The two purples don't have anything worth mentioning really. I will say that I like the designs of this batch a lot more than the last, and their base skins look really good, so I'm going to be able to save some gems as well, which is nice. The new auxiliaries don't have any super amazing effects like extra ammo, but the Graves are a second offensive auxiliary that we can now equip on the Tempesta ships. Lastly, we got a couple of new officers as well. The purple one is not too amazing, but the SSR one is actually one of the best for campaign in my opinion. While it is missing some of the best talents like Soulful Warrior and Ace Pilots, those talents are nowhere near the best in campaign. For example, let's look at a couple of conventionally good Meowficers. Here is one with 2 battleship firepower talents and Soulful Warrior, but when we look at an actual campaign fleet, those 3 talents are only affecting 1 ship out of 6. And now you might think that a carrier cat would be better since there are 2 carriers in the fleet, but actually, both Ace Pilot and Chief of Staff do not affect light carriers, so that's another 2 talents that only affect 1 ship out of 6, and then another talent that only affects 2 ships out of 6. On the other hand, Every has 3 talents that affect the entire fleet, and 2 that will in most cases benefit the entire fleet, even if to a lesser extent than something like Soulful Warrior or Ace Pilot will benefit their respective hull types. These talents, along with her 3rd skill, which heals 5% to a low HP ship per battle, is why I think she is one of the best cats you can have for campaign, even if you have min-maxed regular cats. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this update. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.